so GroGuru doesn't just do soil moisture and temperature sensing and soil salinity sensing. We have our telemetry, we send that up to the cloud, we add other information like, weather forecast, soil type, crop templates. Talk to me a little bit about kind of the benefits of doing that from a strategic irrigation management standpoint.
Well, as I just said with remote sensing and spatial data, I want to get it all in there. I mean, it all matters. And so the thing about weather data, I mean, it's the plant. Temperature drives development, light drives growth. You need to know what's going on in the environment so you can know where you should be in relation to or you can watch where you are in relation to where you should be, if you like. So you can, but modeling really helps you look forward. And so if I know where I am today, let's say, think of a car or a pickup truck. I know what my gas gauge says, but it really helps to know what my gas mileage is, because then I know how many miles I got until I need to fill up. Right? So the soil moisture sensor is like the gas gauge. The model and using ET and forecasts, so weather data, looking ahead and what's the next 7 days going to do, and applying a crop model and saying, okay, well, I think I'm going to use so many inches. That's like the trip computer to say, hey, this is my mileage rate, and this is how far I think I'm going to run before I need to fill up. And by the way, I think I'm going to need so many gallons when I do fill up. And so, yeah, very complementary, but where we're going with this is to really not just look backwards, but look forwards and really be in control of where we are today and where we need to be tomorrow. And I know that just like a trip computer, if I'm on a long trip, I've got this mapped out through the whole season. So I know that I'm, for example, coming into a period of high water use. Think of it like going over the Rocky Mountains. My gas mileage is going to go down. I need more gas to get over the mountains. If I'm coming into tassel in corn, or I'm sizing my nuts in almonds, I'm going to use more water. So I need to make sure that I fill up before I get to that point so I don't run out halfway up the hill. Okay.
So talk to me a little bit about, evapotranspiration, or ET, and how it relates to weather, and, explain that kind of in layman's terms and what it means from somebody that wants to optimally irrigate their crops.
Sure. So a crop doesn't use the same amount of water for every day of its life cycle. I mean, corn, it starts out as a seed, and then it's 3 inches tall, and then it grows to 10 or 12 feet tall, and then it senesces and dies. So throughout that whole life cycle, it uses different amounts of water, and it needs different amounts of water, and the effect, if it doesn't get the amount of water that it needs, is different. You can stress a corn crop early on, and it'll be fine. Yield loss will be negligible. You can stress a corn crop later in its life cycle, and the effect will be much lower than if you stress it right when it's forming grain. And that, between tassel and blister, it's really, really critical that you keep water available to it. And so where this comes together with ET and that sort of thing is, I need to know what that model looks like. What's the crop water use curve? So what are the sensitive times in this crop growth cycle? So when can I afford to push it a little bit and save some water and potentially grow deeper roots and that sort of thing, versus when do I have to really look after it, or if I don't, it'll hurt me. So that's where that crop modeling really comes in. It's just knowing when are the right times to put the right amount of water on, and then with sensing, it's making sure that you do what you set out to do. It's proof that you're getting water in there. And the other thing too, just while I'm thinking of that, is that people think that they're putting on a certain amount of water, and it isn't necessarily so. If they think they're putting out an inch, maybe not. And one of the things, unless
this is because of evaporation or wind or other things.
Exactly right. So I always talk about water going off target. And so if it's blowing away or if it's draining through the ground, you need to know that. And so you need to see that you're delivering water to the target, which is the root zone, and that you're maximizing that. But it's, it does come back to a season-long irrigation template, which is my plan. And then having, just like any other factory, having a way of keeping in the sweet spot, and also knowing when I'm getting outside that zone. Because if I get outside that sweet spot, it's going to hurt me. If I go too wet, it might hurt me because I've got I'm creating the wrong sort of root system, or I'm washing fertilizer out of the root zone, or I'm just wasting water. And now if I'm too dry, well, it's pretty obvious I'm going to be restricting yield at certain times. Other times I want to keep it dry just to keep it a little bit thirsty to push the crop to do things. So there is a real strategy involved in irrigation management.